Yep, it's me, Adventures with Maxwell. And today we have spun the globe again and landed in Europe. I have a lot to talk about and a few minutes worth of video. So let's get started with Ireland. So we have a couple different flavors here. We have the Rule and the Fingen. So what we have here is from 1940 to 1968, we have one Fingen, and this is bronze, which I find a lot of those all over the world here lately so far. This is from Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, from 1937 to date. It's 1 penny, basically, one Fingen. It's in the pound. That's the currency. So still a little bit of influence there from England. It weighs 9.45 grams, which I did weigh it. There's no real special features on this video, other than it's bronze, which I like. As you noticed, I did also have that rule, that 6D rule, in a flip because it's in fairly good shape, which I have right here. This particular one was made from 1942 to 1969. It does weigh 4.5 grams. It is copper nickel. Worth-wise, it's not worth a ton, but I may be able to get a few extra dollars to the right collector if I decide to sell it. As you can see, mine is a 1953. It is not a proof, so there was 800,000 made, which is a low mintage. They made roughly 600,000 to 800,000 of each one until you get later on down into the newer years where they started making them in the millions. And it is pretty nice. There's not a bunch of scratches in the fields. I would say that, on the gray sheet, it says 240 in XF. I'm almost willing to bet that this is probably closer to AU. I wouldn't necessarily call it uncirculated because obviously it is. So who knows? I may be able to get, $5-6 for it if I decide to sell it. So moving on, I have one coin from the UK, which is pretty nice. This is a farthing with King George V on it. This particular coin is from 1920, and it is in excellent condition. This has the bright finish. This coin was minted from 1911 to 1925. It is 1 farthing. It is also under pound sterling, which is the Queen's money type-ish. It is bronze. They had a couple different versions of these, which I don't have the special versions, but the one that you really want is the Trial Strike. That's the expensive one. And mine is a 1920. As you can see right here, there was 11.5 million roughly made. Obviously, I don't have an uncirculated one. I could possibly call this XF to AU, and with it being bronze, to the right collector from the UK or people who just like to collect UK money, I might get $3 for it, $4. It depends. but I don't think I'm going to sell it. I've got other plans for it. Um, as you can see, they have some selling for, excuse me, $72, but I believe that that is the special strike, the trial strike one right there. Uh, so really nothing special about that one, other than the fact that it is bronze and it's the only one out of that whole bag. It's from the UK. Um, so that's Ireland. Now we're going to move to the mainland here. I have three different varieties here for um, France. And we're going to start with these two little guys here because these are from the Third Republic. Well, this one is from the Third Republic. This one, I believe, is a little bit older or maybe a little bit newer, but it's the same. It's the same thing, just a different version. So the years aren't too far off. I think this one is 1936, and I believe this one is 1931. I think they switched from. I can't explain it. It's hard to explain. This one was made for 18 years. And this one, I believe, is the more standard version. I had a page picked up for it, and I couldn't find it. They do have a silver type version of this. It's silver plated steel. This is not the one I have. I have the common one that is, I believe, copper nickel. Yeah. I've weighed all these coins. They are true. They don't seem to be fakes. I don't know much about world currency. Interesting. And forgive my videography skills here and my ums and stuff like that. I'm trying to better my video making skills here to keep the interest. Moving on down here, we have in the old Rhodey series. That's who designed these coins, and was also the treasurer, I believe, or the minter, or something like that. So, right. I had these all in order, and now I have to find them again. These are from the old Rhodey period, where it was solid, aluminum, and now I can't find them, of course. So let's see if I can go off of memory on these two. These are francs. This is 1976. This is a basic version of this. But if you look right, is it going to zoom? You can see old Rhodey. Really, the only difference on these coins, and then they have another version that does not have old Rhodey on it, but the other one. These are the more common ones, unless you get the trial strikes or the pattern strikes. Nothing real special about these. And then we move over to what they call the Vicky. Oh, let's see if I can. I believe these are the Vicky French period, which may be Queen, the Queen, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right here. These are from the Fourth Republic, excuse me. And these are aluminum. Every one of these are aluminum. They have the heavy version and the light version, which is like 0.3 grams. So the heavy version is 1.6 grams. The light versions are 1.3 grams. Same with the bigger ones here. There's like a 0.3 gram difference. Only difference, there's really no more value. I'm assuming that they had more aluminum to work with. Nothing real remarkable about these. There's no special strikes. I dug a little bit and I didn't even find any silver ones. Just aluminum. So they must have had some kind of where aluminum was cheap to make stuff. Easier to work with. Who knows? It's France. We don't know. So if we move along here, oh, did I find the right ones here? I had this all set up in my brain too, and now I don't. So these guys here, I had these in order, and somehow they keep. I think my computer is haunted. So there's the old roadies, which we talked about in the beginning. These are. I just looked these up. I literally just had them pulled up. So it might be further down. It might be further down, is what I'm thinking. Yep, it's further down. I apologize, fellas. Oh no, what are we doing here? I just had these all. Pulled up. Wow, I'm having a bad video morning today. Maybe that's the aluminum ones. What are these? Here we go. Okay, I didn't put them in order is what happened. So we will move to the next section in France here. So we've got two different, it's the same coin, kind of. It's the same, So we got the franc version and the Rapin version. These are Switzerland coins. These are Rapins. That's why I couldn't find that. They are in order, so I apologize. So these are Switzerland coins. These are Rapin. Seem to be a little newer. They must have phased out of the francs and into the Rapins, maybe their own little currency, or they went back to it because there are some older versions of the Rapin. Then they had the francs in there, mixed in there. And then if you jump ahead a couple years into the 70s and the 80s, they went back to the Rapins with some francs mixed in there. So they're kind of going back and forth here. The composition is the same, copper, nickel, or nickel. It depends. Either way, they're copper, nickel. So this is the franc version of these. I have a 2.5 or 2 francs and 1 francs. I have 3 francs, single francs, and a 2 franc, and then these are 5 and 10 Rapin. And this is from Switzerland, and I found it interesting because when I was trying to put this together to make it as easy as possible for you guys to follow, I was watching some old on the road videos from Rob Finds Treasures, and he found a 5 franken or 5 Rapin Switzerland coin from 1939 in one of his nickel boxes, which I thought was interesting because I have a handful of them. So that's in a nutshell. We've made it to Switzerland. Now we're going to move over to Italy. And these are, you know, these top coins here that I have are the standard issue now. Kind of the design has changed. They've gotten a little bit more detailed, but this is the standard issue, the Lear, um, for Italy. This one is in 1978. It is, if I'm not mistaken, I found that one was way back here somewhere. I don't know why, but it was. I just had it. Here we go. No, is it this one? Nope. Here we go. This is Akamodal, which is what I found interesting on these particular ones here. I did look up Akamodal. It is a stainless steel blend that they used in Italy. So it's an alloy for stainless steel. I'm not sure why. Maybe it holds a better luster, makes a better imprint. I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up, but that is what these are. So all of these are Akamodal, which was the metal of choice in the days that they made these coins in the 70s, 80s, 60s. They do have some silver versions. They do have nickel versions. So it's all interesting. And I did not get a chance to necessarily pull some of these older ones up. I have two older ones here. This one is a Victoria or Vittorio the third. So this is Emperor, King, however they did it. But this is a 5 centime piece from 1919. This is bronze. These are the older Italian coins that I have. It's in decent shape. It's got some rim damage. Obviously, they're circulated, and but you know, from 1919, that's a good looking coin. I mean, there's not much damage to it. This one is an older one, bronze. This is this is 2 centimes, and this is from 1867. I couldn't really, they didn't have much information on it other than they made this particular coin for about 20 years, whereas this one, this was the one right after this one. There's a special strike on this one. There's nothing special about this one other than it's old and it is collectible. This one in this condition I found was worth about $8, just on its own. So I'm still doing digging. I'm still trying to work out how to get through the new Mista and the links and all that. So I hope I didn't bore you. This is part 1 of Europe. I have a whole nother set of coins from Europe. I hope you like it. If you did, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think, what needs to be done. And if you like any of these, hit the bell button so that way you'll be notified of the next videos. And until then, keep living, keep loving, and keep dreaming. See you next time.